Hey everybody, how you doing today? I'm just fresh back from the theater going to see Justice League. And pretty much as the title is going to insinuate here, this is in defense of it. I know I'm extremely biased. I've always been a DC guy. But I do enjoy the Marvel movies as well. I cannot wait to see Thor. I love Guardians of the Galaxy coming on Netflix next month. I'm so excited. But Justice League felt like something special finally. It feels like the one movie they actually got right. I haven't seen Wonder Woman yet, but I will. But right now, it feels like they're starting to get more right than wrong. I think a big thing was Joss Whedon rewriting redoing like 90% of the shooting. But first things first, let's go with the casting. The casting was fucking phenomenal. All right. Only problem I have is I can't get over Ben Affleck's old now. As you know, I'm a Kevin Smith fan, and frankly, he has gotten much older than I remember, and it's sad. But after a really terrible turn as Daredevil, he did a completely wonderful job as Batman. Jason Momoa, I believe his name is. Correct me in the comments if you actually watched it or watching this. He was a phenomenal Aquaman. I actually kind of liked Aquaman in this movie because I'm one of those guys who spent years calling him a piece of trash. Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman is phenomenal. I mean, if you want to pick someone to look like a goddess, she's the one. And I can't remember the actor's name. He plays Flash, but he's fun. He's the fun, lighthearted bit. He was enjoyable through the entire film. I mean, he's no Grant Gustin, don't get me wrong, but you could swear he was a different Flash from a different universe, which makes it even all the more better. The other actor who escapes me again, please correct me in the comments, is the guy who plays Cyborg. Cyborg was better than I expected. I expected a lot of not that slick CG, a lot of crap, but I'll tell you what, Cyborg was phenomenal in this too. And saving the best in my opinion right now for last, Henry Cavill as Superman. He was great. It was like I was watching the Superman I read in the 90s comics, back when the Superman comics were top notch. Everyone knows I'm a big Superman mark. I love the post-crisis Superman up until the early to mid-2000s, and they kind of went wrong with him. They kind of went wrong with him up until the New 52. Kind of got it right again, then it went desperately wrong again. The Superman we have now in the comics is that Superman from the 90s, and that's the one I read, and that's who he acts like. Now, I have theories on why Justice League is getting crapped on. And a lot of it is the same reason I feel a lot of the other movies have gotten crapped on. Now, don't get me wrong, Batman vs. Superman was it was good. I liked it, but it was a heck of a mess. A lot of it didn't make sense, but that's cool. You know, it was a start at universe building. Man of Steel was okay. It wasn't the Superman movie we deserved. We now have the Superman we deserve as fans. And I think that's wonderful. And I think hopefully after this, they continue with the universe because there's so much they could build off of and there's so much they could do with it. And I think this universe deserves a second chance. But sadly, my theory is the Marvel marks are out there. And they're the ones giving bad reviews to sabotage this. For those of you who are watching that are wrestling fans, you know I'm a huge wrestling fan. I have to say, competition is good for business. It's good for wrestling. It's why we need the NWA to come back. Come on, Billy. Come on, Billy Corgan. Pastor. It's why we need Ring of Honor to do well, because we need competition to make the show better. In this case, Marvel needs DC. It's great for us comic fans. We get more movies that way. More time at the theater. Our voices are now being heard. The nerd community is able to speak up. And we can also pick out posers. We know who you are. We don't know where you live, but we know who you are. We see you. But it's great for business because if Marvel makes a good movie, DC is going to make a good movie. If Marvel makes a better movie, DC is going to make a better movie. It's going to build from there as if it were blocks. And that's why I think it's unfair, the ratings that this is getting. Again, this movie is incredible. I don't like the rumors that I've been hearing about Ben Affleck leaving the role of Batman, because he's really good with it. And it was fun to see, for like, well, in my opinion, one of the first times all these characters actually interact on the big screen. I mean, you've never gotten to see that. And I have every Christopher Reeve film. I even own Superman Returns. That's a guilty pleasure flick. I'm telling you straight away. Guilty pleasure all the way. But I also own Man of Steel, and I thought Man of Steel was a fine movie. It could be better. I cannot deny that it could be better. It could be a lot better. So in the end, it was a great movie. I recommend you go see it. I mean, hell, if you're a local theater like ours that have a $5 movie night, please go see it. It's an exciting movie. I mean, hell, even getting a glimpse of a past Green Lantern. How cool is that? I mean, please, by all means, go see this movie. Let me be the voice of reason. And if you're a big comic fan, I'm telling you, share this video. Tell your friends there's somebody out there saying it's actually not a bad flick. Yeah, is it perfect? No. But it's a near perfect film. It's almost, it's at the cusp of perfection. The Mount of Heroes was perfect for a first time out. The villain, Steppenwolf, they got pretty much, in my opinion, spot on. I'm glad they didn't end with a big teaser to another film. I'm not going to give away the mid-roll scene, but it's fun. And that's what it should be. Superheroes should be fun. It seems like they're finally getting out of that dark area. But I think, personally, this was even better than Suicide Squad. And I love Suicide Squad. Again, my bias is showing. That was far, far, far from a perfect film, but it was still enjoyable to a fault. Again, I'm just a big fan of how they portrayed Harley Quinn. And Will Smith was really good as Deadshot. But when it comes to Justice League, give this film a chance. This is probably one of the better films you're going to get to see this winter season. And frankly, it's near perfect. It's probably one of my favorite films right now. Go see it. Even if you have a $5 movie, go get your money out there for once and go look. I'm telling you, you're going to have a good time. And if you're a nerd like me, you're going to mark the F out. And I marked out big time. Well, that's all I have for you today. I'll see you next time. Remember, like, share, subscribe. Facebook and Twitter, as always, are in the comment section or the description section below. If you want to debate me, go right ahead. I'm open to debate. Just leave a comment below. Go on my Twitter and tell me how I'm wrong, and I will go back to you and we will discuss it. No flame wars, just good old-fashioned comic book movie discussion, which will turn into a flame war, trust me. I know the feeling. I'm a nerd. Don't forget. Well, thank you and good night.